Hello everyone, welcome to Dada's FoodCrave kitchen. In this video, I'll be showing you how to make chicken meatball stew. In Gambia, we call it Thiou Boulettes. If you are interested in seeing how I make this chicken meatball stew, Thiou Boulettes, please stay tuned. And without any further ado, let's get cooking. Alright, the ingredients that you're gonna need to make your chicken meatball stew, Thiou Boulettes. You need some fresh tomato. If you don't have it, you can use the tomato cans. I have my seasoning here, black pepper, seasoned cubes, some salt, some thyme, and some anise seed. I did not measure, I just used a little bit of each of the seasoning. I just used like a little bit of pinch of each of the seasoning. And here I am going to be using 1 red onion and 2 white onion. I'm only going to blend 2 of the onions, then the other one I'm just gonna slice it up and put it in the hot oil. You will see as you watching the video along. I'm also gonna blend 2 habanero pepper, and like 5 cloves of garlic. If you like more garlic, you could use more or less. I am also going to be using some bell peppers. If you already watched my pick your own vegetable video, these are some of the bell peppers I picked on my own in the garden, in the farm. I'm also going to be using some carrots. This is the chicken meatball that I make from scratch. I will make a video of how I make this homemade chicken meatball, so stay tuned. And I'm going to use some potatoes. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna chop up some of the onions so that it will be easy to blend in the blender. There is going to be a link down below. Follow this video, how I make the homemade chicken meatball. If you guys are interested, I have a video on it, so you can watch how I make my own homemade chicken meatball in order for you guys to make your own chicken meatball stew instead of buying it from the store. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna blend the onions, the 1 red onion and the 1 white onion. And I'm also gonna add my habanero pepper. I'm using 2. I'm adding my garlic, and I'm gonna add all my mixed spice together, my thyme, black pepper, seasoned cubes, anise seed, and salt. And I'm also gonna add in my bell peppers, all chopped up. Since my blender is already full, I am going to start blending this portion, and then I'll add my tomato into the blender. As you can see, my blender is pretty full, so I'm starting up with blending those ingredients first so that it will reduce down a little bit, and then I will add my tomatoes. Now I'm adding my fresh tomatoes. Like I said, if you don't have fresh tomatoes, you can simply use the canned chopped tomatoes. is the same to me. So now that I added my fresh tomato into the blender, I'm just gonna blend all the ingredients together. And at this point, if you notice, I did not add any water into the blender. If you have a good blender, you don't necessarily have to add water to blend your ingredients. I love my Ninja blender because the blade is so sharp. So in a hot oil, this is the other onion that I told you guys earlier that I'm going to be chopping into the hot oil. You can chop it in any way shape you want to chop your onion. I just want to chop it in the circle shape. And then you're just going to fry it for like maybe 2 minutes or maybe less than 2 minutes, like so, until it's translucent a little bit. And now you're going to add your blended ingredients, your tomato, bell pepper, habanero pepper, Maggi seasoning, salt, and all of that. So once you add that into the pot, all you want to do is just simply keep frying this, stir frying it until it's a little dry. All the water from the blending, it's all gone. I am not going to add water into this stew. I'm just going to keep frying it and frying it until everything oozes out its own sweetness. I am also going to be adding some tomato paste. That tomato paste that I added was a leftover tomato paste from that I kept in the freezer. So you're just going to keep stir frying it like so until it's browned. Like so. I checked it again, and as you can see, the water is reducing. I'm just gonna keep stir frying it like so. Like I said, I'm not gonna add any water. I do not want any water into this sauce. Now you're gonna cover the pot, and don't cover it all the way completely, because then if you cover it, there will be no steam coming out of the pot, and it's gonna keep adding water into your sauce. Now at this point, I'm going to add my potatoes and my carrot. Like I said, I'm not gonna add any water into this sauce. I do not want to add any water. The reason why I am adding the potatoes and the carrots now, as the onions, it's stir frying and it's browning up and it's oozing out its own sweetness. Meanwhile, the potatoes and the carrot is going to be cooked down. So let it do its thing before I add my chicken meatball into the sauce. After a couple of minutes, I checked it, and this is how it's going. It's looking good. Meanwhile, like I said, my potatoes and my carrots are cooking in the pot without me adding any water. If you put your potatoes and your carrot earlier, it will definitely cook down and it will be done. I needed more seasoning, so I'm adding some of my aroma seasoning into it. I'm not measuring, I'm just adding a little bit. Be mindful of the salt, guys. Now I am going to add 2 bay leaves to give my sauce some flavor. As you can see, the carrot and the potatoes are really cooking, and it's gonna be done. You can do this simply without even adding water. Once the onions and the tomatoes are frying up, your potatoes will be done as well. Now I covered it and came back and checked it. Now it's time for me to add my meatballs. And again, I'm not adding no water. And please don't leave your heat too high. You want to make sure you cook in a medium-high heat, not too high, not too low. And these meatballs too, you can enjoy with white rice, brown rice, whatever rice you have. It will go well with it. As you can see, my stew is looking good. My meatball stew, my chewy boulette, as we say it in Gambia. This is how it's looking like. I hope you guys are enjoying this video. If you watch this video this far, I want to thank you for watching. And if you're new, hit that subscribe button and don't forget that notification bell, because you will only know when I upload a new video if your bell is on. Now I'm adding my habanero pepper for the floating. You know how I like it. I like it hot. So this is just to squeeze on the side. This is a good method of adding habanero peppers. Let it float on top of the sauce. Just in case you're cooking for somebody who doesn't like spicy food, you could simply take that pepper and squeeze it on the side of your plate. I did not add any water into this sauce whatsoever. And my potatoes are done and my carrots are done. And voila! As you can see, my meatball stew is looking good, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope you guys will try this recipe. And if you do, leave your comment down below in the description box. And if you guys have any question, if you guys want me to make anything in the future, let me know. And I thank you all for watching this video. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Ta-ta! Bye-bye!